Kadu.
How are you?
Oh, Denmark!
Hey YouTube! Welcome back to our channel, Eccentric. This is Adana.
This is Selena, obviously.
That's
Whitney.
and that's.
So everybody, it's Vincent.
So today we have some new faces because as you can see in the title, we're going to be talking about the moolah, the business, you know what it is. So, first and foremost, we want them to introduce yourself.
So I'm Whitney, CEO of Deluxe Lifestyle Co. So my business is honestly basically no standard, no premium. Everything is deluxe. So basically, my business focuses on women, especially women who are insecure and don't really believe in themselves and trust themselves as people. I focus on makeup, mink, lashes, and hair because some people, once you get your hair done, you have your makeup on, your lashes, you feel yourself. You feel yourself. So that's what my real focus is. I have many more projects coming soon. So just stay tuned for those.
Okay, go ahead, Vincent.
What's up, everybody? This is Vincent. So I have my own consulting company called Vincent Micheal Consulting. What that basically is I'm a creative strategist, so I also do branding, marketing, graphic design, personal assistance. I've always wanted to serve. I've always had a passion for serving. And so I thought what better avenue to get into than to do that. And then I've always been a graphic designer since I was 12. So yeah, I've had the opportunity to work with major clients and stuff like that, and we just growing. So.
Alright, beautiful. Alright, so let's get into the questions. Cut right to it. Question number 1, Selena.
Okay, so what are your top 3 golden tips for anyone starting a business? I'm gonna have Whitney start it off.
Okay. So honestly, I'm just gonna do it let you know how I started. So basically, I would say my top 3 golden tips for starting a business would be, first of all, praying for your purpose. Because I would say a lot of people see other people doing things and they feel like, okay, because that person is doing it, I could do it too. But what somebody else is doing may not be for you. You may have your own purpose. And the only person that could prove your purpose to you is God. So I would say pray for your purpose is my first rule, my top golden rule. My second rule will be don't wait to be perfect. If you wait to be perfect, you will literally never start because you want everything to be perfect. Yes. Having a business is like watching yourself grow as a person, as an entrepreneur, and even as your within your clients and stuff like that. So I would say don't wait to be perfect. Get to it now. If you want to start, get to it now and watch yourself grow. My third golden rule was to be stay consistent. Once you do start, everything may not be golden and how you want it to be as a business when you first start, but once you go on, you will see things start to elevate and things start to get better as time goes on. But when stuff is standstill, don't give up or don't lose hope. Stay consistent. Stay on top of your game, promote your business, get your business out there, give people ways of contacting you and things like that.
Wow.
Love that.
That was
powerful. Okay, go ahead, Vinny.
So I would actually, and I love what she said too, because a lot of what she said I actually can piggyback off on. But my top 3 things I would say for anybody starting a business would be 1, define the need. And by that I mean a lot, and this is more for people who kind of don't know what they want to start as a business, or maybe they have an idea but they don't really know. And I think it's always good to define the need because the best businesses are always service businesses or need-based business. And sometimes people try to go into business and they just kind of try to make what's currently trending. And the thing is, trends always change or a trend stops. So if you make a business based off of a trend, you're already limiting your business, and at some point you should know your business is going to one day stop. So that's that. Number 2, you definitely need to know your audience, and it kind of piggybacks off what she says. Don't get involved into IT, but you're in cosmetology. It doesn't kind of make sense. Know your audience. And one thing I actually use, if you're not hip, major key is Google Trends. So if you have a business and maybe you're into hair, or maybe you're into like lace wigs or whatever it is. You can literally go to Google Trends and you can type it in, and it'll show you like the areas or cities and states where it's mostly like requested, and it's most of the revenue is coming in at. So then you can start knowing, okay, I want to do like a blonde lace. I don't know about hair, but I want to do like a blonde like lace Brazilian, whatever that mess is. And then you type it in, it'll show you the state, so you know, okay, in this state, Arkansas, blah blah blah, like this is where the most need is. And so now you can start basing your audience off of that. So I will always say know your audience and have a need-based business. Third, I would say make a plan A and make a plan B, because your plan A may not always succeed, and that's okay, because in businesses you're gonna have successes and you're gonna have failures. There's no business without failure, and so you always need to make sure that you plan ahead. Plan ahead of the failure. You want to be 10 steps ahead of failure, so you always have a plan B, a backup plan. So that's what I would say.
Wow. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
We have successful business people right here in our presence, and as you can see by their answers, they know what they're talking about. So question number 2, what are some obstacles / challenges you both faced within your business journey? Whitney first.
So challenges and obstacles that I have faced so far is meeting bad businesses. People who really don't know their purpose, or really they're not interested in what they want to do. So they try to like finesse you and work their ways around, getting free product, or, free samples and stuff like that, freebies. They try to play with you and stuff like that. Another challenge I would say is, because I'm in school, I'm a nursing major at Coppin State University.
Hey.
Because I'm in school and it's going to get rougher, I would say my challenge is really me holding my business down by myself. It's like, I'm trying to do homework, people are placing orders, I have class in the morning, but I have to go to the post office in the morning, and it's just like, then I have my clients over the weekend. It's just, those are the only challenges and obstacles I would say I face so far.
Mine would actually be finances or financial management. I feel like any startup, like a business, it's like you have to really know your budget, what you can do, what you cannot do, and you have to kind of like tap into like sacrificial saving. And sometimes it's not gonna feel. I feel like the beginning stages of like a business is always the worst. Maybe not for everybody, but for like majority of like small business owners or like anybody that has a startup, I feel like the beginning stage is always the worst, because you're still kind of transitioning from like your normal mindset to always having a business mindset or entrepreneur mindset. And it's like you might wake up one day and like you have to realize like you just can't buy that top today, or you can't purchase this lace wig that's $300 today. Like you have to really learn like, okay, financial management, like this week, this is like even if you have to meal prep, you know what I'm saying, for the week, because you have to really like budget your funds. And I thank God, like right now, I actually have I actually work in accounting right now, so I'm like really learning how to like really budget and operate your finances, because that is a big struggle for businesses. And if you look up the statistics for businesses, most businesses fail within the first year because of that. Like they just cannot properly manage. And so that's one. Because I love to shop. Like, I love to shop. Like, you see the 70% off. You be like, bro, hold up. Let me get this jump right quick. But no, so that's one. Like, my second one, I would say, is creative strategy. And it's funny because I'm a creative strategist, but like one of the biggest obstacles is creative strategy. And the reason why I say that is because it's like, we're in a day where like trends are everything. And it's like people hop on quick. And so you have to always be like 10 steps ahead. And sometimes it's hard because it's like we're in a generation where everything's been done already. It's not like we're 50 years ago where there's new things being invented. Not saying new things can't be invented, but more than likely anything you're doing has already been done. So it's like, dang, okay, how can I take this, which has already been done, and make it into something else so that I can, produce revenue? So that's always hard. And then another thing would be like lack of research. Sometimes I can be a little lazy, and like I said, like you have to know your audience, know your market. And some people get so prideful, like when they start a business and feel like, yeah, I'm just like popping, and you like really not, because you need to study, you need to like really show yourself approved, because business change every day, trends change every day. If you're not on top of it, you will be succeeding today and tomorrow you broke. Like, So it's like you have to really be on it with research. Even like with products, it's like, okay, you might have a good product, but you can always make anything better. So it's like, okay, I got this good like gold bracelet, but what could I make better? Can I change the way like it fits? Can I change the way you can put it on? Is it adjustable? Is it not adjustable? Like you can always change. So I would say one of my biggest obstacles was like a lack of research. So I'm working on that.
Wow.
Okay.
These are some powerful
I love
answers. These are some powerful
I really love it,
answers.
you know?
Yeah. All right, question number 3, guys. So, what resources did you need when starting your business? Like examples, like physically, mentally, socially. Like, what resources were necessary for you to start your business? I'm gonna start with you, Vinny, because
I would say one of the biggest resources, one would be mentors. The reason why I say that is because the best way to learn is to learn from somebody who's already doing what you want to do. And a lot of people just, I don't know what it is with our generation. We so freaking prideful.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to like say, yeah, like I'm shadowing somebody right now so I can learn and perfect my stuff. But like I would say one of the resources I really need was mentors, especially because the field I'm in, like marketing and branding and being a strategist or a publicist or whatever, like that field literally is just all about connections and networking. And if you don't have like a mentor who's number one teaching you, then number two putting you on, it's gonna be very hard. Like it's gonna be very hard. And I feel like that's good for any industry. Like she's doing makeup. What better thing to do than to reach out to somebody who's already like on it, like hitting celebrity clientele everywhere. It's like if she's working with that person, number one, learning, she's learning from the best of the best already. She has no option but to be the best of the best.
Right.
Then on top of that, her mentor is, you know what I'm saying, already established. Her mentor is going to put her on. So that's one of the biggest resources I need. Another one would be like knowing, and this is gonna sound weird, but honestly, like knowing like proper eating. The reason why I say that is because literally like the food that you intake is going to determine the brain power that you produce.
Right.
Wow.
And if you don't have, if you're not eating properly, and I'm literally talking to myself, if you're not eating properly, I'm telling you, you're going to be shot. Like you're going to be like lazy. And everybody knows entrepreneurs, you need to stay up late at night, all night. Like if you got pulled all-nighter, like you're in school, I'm in school. Like you know what I'm saying? Plus I work full time.
Right.
You might have to just pull that all-nighter, be up to 3 a.m., still go to class, still go to work, come back home and do the same thing. No sleep. Like there's no sleep for entrepreneur life. And so you have to really eat properly because you can eat unhealthy and then like you just always worn out, always tired. You got problems early on. So that's a good thing. Always have like maybe get a nutritionist or something. Another one, I would say like having spiritual guidance. Because like she said, like you need to know your purpose. And I know we're all at different walks in our life with our faith and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like if you don't have proper spiritual guidance, your business can go left, your business can go right. But if you have God like really like guiding you, there's no like, not saying you won't have failures, but like there's really slim to no failures. And God would never steer you wrong. So I would say definitely having some spiritual guidance.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. That was really good. All right, Whit.
So my resource that I use to start my business, I would say is a notebook, first of all.
Definitely.
A notebook, like literally, if you have a plan, if you want something or anything, even before I started my business, I will always jot it down, like right away. I was in class one time, and I was just in my notebook just writing. I'm just like, okay, I do makeup, so I need lashes, like to make it pop. So I just started writing everything down in a notebook. If I had like a plan for an event or a plan for a photo shoot or anything, just write it down. And literally, also we're gonna go back to prayer. Prayer will literally have you checking everything that you wrote down. Like literally. So I would say that was my number one resource. And I would also say internet, like really looking at the internet, looking at people that are already doing it and stuff like that will be really helpful.
Okay. I'm loving these answers. Nina. How you feel about these answers?
Nah, these answers, they're y'all like,
Are we in a business class?
I think we are.
Business 101. Business 101.
High school could never.
It could
Go to college.
never.
Legit.
Alright, so question number 4. How did you overcome those challenges that you guys just listed? How did you overcome them? Starting with Vincent again.
Honestly, so I don't know if I can say I really overcame my challenges. Not that I didn't, but like I can have a challenge this week and I can handle it or overcome it one way. And that same challenge can come next week. And what I did to overcome it the first time may not work the second time. So I feel like it's honestly always like a growing and learning experience. You just literally learn as you grow. If you fall, get back up, keep going. And not only that, but like she said, like write stuff down, honestly, because you might know something today and forget it by tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I've been victim of that. I swear I think I remember everything in the world and I don't. I'd be like, nah, I got it. Like, I'm about to remember. I swear you will forget it tomorrow. And it's really key to like write everything down. That's really how I've overcome a lot because I never really wrote a lot down. And so now I'm getting into the habit of like writing stuff down. It really does help and it's helped me overcome a lot. And another thing, kind of like piggybacking off what I said, a lot of how I've overcome a lot of my challenges is just really like doing my research and doing my due diligence and really like getting into. If you gotta pick up a freaking $50 course online just to like learn more, like just do it because at the end of the day, like the best, it's all worth it. You have to invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, if you don't have enough freaking nerve to invest in yourself, what makes you think you're going to do anything for your business? And you're not going to do nothing. You're not going to have the zeal for it. So that's what I would say.
Just to add on to that, I feel like a lot of our generation doesn't know like you need to invest in everything that you want to get revenue back in. You need to invest in.
Because I didn't know that at first.
Yeah. But a lot of our generation, they just like freebies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they don't want to use their
Everybody
money to
wants
do
like
it.
a quick get rich, and it's like honestly, it really
It's
don't
not
happen.
like
Like
that.
you're not gonna wake up and be like, yeah, dang, like went viral, like we want
Yeah.
to pop. Like
I'm
it
a
don't work
millionaire,
like
They
that.
expect that
No,
though.
and
Yeah.
honestly, like you're going to value your business so much more when you go through the storm and then you come out on top. You're gonna be like, man.
Yes.
I remember when I started, we was
went
in our
through
freaking
it.
garage.
Right.
Like I
I
was
went
in the
through
garage.
it.
I was
Right.
doing makeup brushes from the dollar store. Now I'm buying like
From Amazon.
no,
Come on.
legit. Like
Yeah.
now she got her own
Hey.
freaking line. Like
Oh.
come on, like let's get it.
All right, Whitney, go ahead.
So because I was writing about my notebook and school and everything, I would say getting a planner was the way I overcame my challenges. Because when you get a planner, literally like you have the month within you. You have your week within you. It's up to you. I dedicate my Sundays to planning out my week.
Oh, wow.
So basically, if I knew I have a makeup client, if I have an exam, if I have study groups or anything, I just write that down in the planner, and it really helps me stay organized and on top of everything. If I have to go to the post office, keep it in the planner. So I would say my planner was really one of the best resources that helped me overcome my challenges. And also with the photo shoots and different people, the businesses that aren't really right, I would say talking to other people who have done photo shoots, who have been in the business for a while, will really help you because they could refer you to other people, other makeup artists, other photographers, other creatives and stuff like that. So I would say that.
I have a genuine. Oh, okay.
Sorry, no. I feel like exactly what she said, networking. Like, there are so many people that bash networking because they think it's clout chasing in a way.
Right.
Networking can be so productive if you do it correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're making the efforts to go into an environment knowing that there's someone there that you could learn or even build off of or, collaborate with, you should go there with that expectation and it'll help you beyond, like, what you would ever imagine.
Yes.
Because when you're thinking, oh, darn, I don't know anybody, and you're like, oh, no, I know this one person, they'll have a whole different set of connections that you didn't even think. Next thing you know, somebody will be hitting you up talking about, oh, this person gave me the name, you're perfect for what I need to do. Networking is key. It's really big.
It really is.
I have a genuine
don't-
question for you too. So for your planner, right? Like I know I always did this, especially in school. I would get a planner, but I would never use it. Like it feels good to get it and write on all the tasks and everything. But I would get it, start it for like a couple of days, and then it'll be ended up in like under my bed somewhere or something. Like how do you stick to like actually? Okay, I need to write everything down because I need this.
If I don't write in my planner, it's not gonna happen.
Really?
Literally,
sounds good.
like my planner is in the car.
I love that.
My planner is in the car. Like even when I'm on the go, I literally like have my planner in the passenger seat, and I'm like, okay, what time is it? Okay, so I gotta do this. Here's what I have to do. Like before I button my seatbelt, say my prayers before I leave, get in the car. I literally look at my planner and say, okay, first step, post office.
That's wonderful. So it's become a habit.
It's a habit,
Wow.
literally. Like I
Okay.
keep my planner in my book bag, in my purse, in my car. Like it's just something that goes with me, like it's my purse.
Right.
Wow. Okay. What were you going to say? Sorry to cut you off. What was you going to say?
No, I remember.
Okay.
Like to go back to like what she was saying like about networking, I was gonna say like even like with networking, don't network to like ride somebody's
Yeah.
wave. Like really have just like the hunger, like man, like I really want to learn from you.
Yeah.
And cause to be honest, like they know when you're just trying to eat from their plate.
Right.
It's obvious.
It's like get your own plate of food, make your own plate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Finish your own food. Stop trying to eat somebody else's food like you just chopping off leftovers and it's like it's leftovers, it's gonna be gone quick.
Yeah.
That fame, success, you're gonna ride it, that wave is gonna flatten out mad quick. And honestly, like people who are already successful, they actually love teaching people who are trying to come up. Like they actually love it. So it's like don't be trying to like network just to be like, oh yeah, like this person's popping, like let me just be cool with them. They probably gonna like, no, don't do that. Like really try to learn and like pick up, you know, what they've done already.
All right. Number 5, actually. What advice would you give those introverted individuals in gaining the boldness to start their business? So this is for Vincent.
I'm going flat out, just be real. You're introverted, you're not gonna make it. Like,
Really? So wait.
because if you're in business, right, especially when you're starting up, you're gonna do presentations. So what I mean by that is because if you're an introvert, the reason why I say you're not gonna make it is because, like we were kind of just talking about recently, you have to network. And if you're any introverted individual, then they're shy. They don't
But you
talk.
can learn.
You can learn, but
everybody
pretty much what I'm
wants
trying to say
good
is
customer
get out of that.
service,
Yeah.
too.
That's true.
And if
No
you're
one
introvert, how
wants-
you giving customer service?
weird.
Right.
Okay, but sorry, I 100% get what you're saying, but let's be mindful. It's easier to say get out of it, but some people actually have passions, but they
So you have to
struggle.
challenge your confidence.
Uh-huh.
So I would say if you're introverted, it's funny I wrote this down, but I didn't say it. You need to challenge your confidence, and so even if you got to do things like make a presentation and have your friends sit down and be like, look, let me present to y'all real quick, or you know what I'm saying, give yourself challenges for the week. Be like, within 2 hours, I need to speak to 10 people. Just randomly walk up to somebody I don't know and be like, hey, what's poppin'? Start a conversation and see how well you do. You know what I'm saying? See how you connect with the person and don't make it like, don't be weird. And it's like, that's honestly how I built my confidence, because I was once an introvert. And so I literally just was like, okay, if I'm in the mall, let me see if I can just walk up to somebody and start talking. Or like if I'm in the store and I'm shopping, I might look at somebody who's looking at something, you know, that I might find dope or interesting. So I just make myself say something just to kind of start a conversation and kind of get out the habit of being an introvert. That's what I would say.
So they do have a chance.
No, so you have a chance. I'm saying if you're going to be introvert and you want to stay an introvert, you're not going to make it. You got to get out of being an introvert.
So you have to be willing to get out of it.
Right.
Okay. So step out of your comfort zone.
Pretty much, like
Alright,
challenge
cool.
yourself.
All right. So do you guys have any last remarks to tell all of our viewers right now?
I would say if you know that you have a talent, like you do your little sister's hair, you do your little sister's makeup, you have good marketing skills and everything, go for it. Don't wait for anything. Just know you have a talent, and that's probably God letting you know that, okay, this is where your talent is. You have a talent to speak to people. You have a talent to create, direct. So just go for it, especially when you feel it and you feel it all the time within. That's God letting you know that your purpose is there.
Wow.
Go for it.
I love that.
Yeah, literally, and that's what I was going to say. I was going to say literally Nike, just do it. Like, honestly, because, and if you really do your research, you'll see most businesses fail just off of not starting. They fail in the first month because they're scared to be perfect. And it's just fear, honestly. And I don't want to say if you don't overcome your fear, you ain't gonna get no. Because I mean, we all have our fears and things that we feel like, oh my gosh, can I really do this? But honestly, like she said, just do it. The most you can do is maybe hit a bump in the road, and you just overcome that bump eventually. So it's just do it. Honestly, it's really not that hard if you just put your mind to it. And honestly, if it's something you love, it's not really work. So. Yeah, just
and then let me add really quickly, and on top of just doing it, I feel like a lot of people, they'll be scared because oh, I don't know if anybody's gonna watch it. Oh, this person's already doing it, so who's gonna watch my thing?
Nobody's gonna support.
Yeah, nobody's gonna support. the right people will find you. Just like your friends. You probably thought, oh my gosh, if you're introverted, I'll never make a friend, this and that. But then the right people naturally gravitate towards what they like. If you're making content out of your heart for what you want, people who like what you see will support you to the end.
And there always will be support.
You know how many people are in the world? There's going to be at least one support. You have more than that, but there's going to be at least one there to support you.
Yes. All right. So that's a wrap, guys. That was the last question, right? That was the last question?
I believe so. That was the last question.
That was the final and last question. We really want to thank you guys for coming out here today, talk about your businesses. That was wonderful. Like, I even learned so much for myself. Like, I don't know about you, Selena.
I learned a lot. No, actually, I was taking mental notes the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch
I'm
this.
I'm gonna rewatch this.
As you should.
As you
As you
should.
should.
Okay, so follow her on all her social medias. What's your social medias with?
My personal social media is at with Deluxe, WHITDELUXE. And my business page is Deluxe Lifestyle CO.
Okay, and we'll put that like
In the description.
so you guys can know, or somewhere around here.
Where is it now? Nah,
Vinny,
but so
your-
my handles is at Vincent McNatt. That's VINCENT MCNATT. Yeah, definitely follow me there. I actually operate off one platform just because it just makes sense. But yeah, hit that follow.
All right, wonderful. Thanks again, guys. It was lit.
It was lit.
I'm happy. I hope you guys learned a lot. Thanks for watching.
And I hope you start your business.
Yes, start.
Get to it.
Well, all
Don't
these
wait for
tips-
anything.
Do it.
Come on.
Don't wait for
All right,
anything.
y'all.
All right, bye guys.
We ain't even covered nothing.
Let's do that again, y'all. No. Did they cut it off?
Oh, no.
No, you're close.
Okay.
All right.